Hi everyone, this is Melinda from MTZ Crew Designs. Welcome back to another tutorial from the Couture creative team. So I have been wanting to paint one of these wooden toolboxes for so long, and I finally found one and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. I found a way to jazz up this little box, and it's perfect for carrying around all sorts of little odds and ends, but in a super sparkly glammed out fashion with the help of iFlex wood products and Couture paint. I love florals and shiny stuff, so that's the direction I went with this project. So today I want to show you some fun ways to enhance the look of your iFlex wood products. Okay, let's get started. So after cleaning this toolbox with Fresh Start, I started adding the iFlex wood floral appliques with Titebond wood glue. I prefer to use a minimal amount of glue, and then when I press the applique down onto the surface, I hold for 30 seconds. If there's any glue seeping out from behind the applique, I like to use a damp artist brush to clean it up. And I don't dip the brush in water. I actually use a baby wipe to keep the bristles moist, and I wipe away glue from the brush using the baby wipe. You don't want to leave the wood glue hanging out around the applique, because although this particular wood glue will dry clear, it will alter the final look of your design once you start painting over the appliques. When I add these scroll appliques to the center of my projects, I find it useful to measure so that I'm certain it's going to be centered appropriately. So that's what I'm doing here, just to kind of make sure that I'm getting it right in the center of the project. On the side, I'm adding these really neat floral plaques to stay consistent with the overall floral design. And then I'm adding a Corbel applique just underneath it. The toolbox had some areas that needed a bit of filler, so I'm using embossing medium for that. I'm adding a bit in there and then just smoothing it out with a gloved hand. Once it's dry, I will use a fine grit sanding block to smooth out these areas though. Now I'm going to add a base layer of color using Moxie by the Sea and the color Night Sky from the Acrylic mineral line. This paint already has a built-in primer and top coat, so it's going to be a great solution for this project. When you're painting over the iFlex wood appliques, you just want to make sure that you're using a stippling motion with your brush so that you're careful to get the paint into all of the crevices of the appliques. Once this layer was completely dried, I started adding another layer of Night Sky and Sea Glass for the outside blend, and then I used Sea Glass on the sides of the toolbox. After I got the blend exactly how I wanted it, I then let this paint dry overnight. Now I'm using the H2O transfer from Redesign with Prima. This one is called Expressive Blooms, and I just love the beautiful colors and the abstract design of the florals in it. These transfers are really simple to adhere. I just cut them specifically for the spots I wanted to use them in. I sprayed a little bit of water on my artist sponge and moistened the area where I was going to lay the paper down. After laying down the transfer with the colorful side down, I then sprayed more water onto my sponge and pressed down on the black and white side to dampen the paper. After pressing briefly, you'll see that the paper starts to get thoroughly wet, and then the paper will slide off, leaving your transfer on the surface. This was the first time I worked with the H2O transfers, and I was really pleasantly surprised at how they worked out quite nicely. Now I'm going to add a metallic pink foil sheet to some of these iFlex appliques. First, I'm adding some gilding glue to the appliques where I want the foil sheets to stick. I'm going to allow that to dry to a tacky state, which is just a few minutes. And then I'll add the foil. And then after I got the foil covered over the gilding glue, then I'll carefully brush off any excess foil. Now I'm doing the same on the sides of the toolbox over these appliques. And I'll also do this to the trim of the toolbox as well. As you can see, I really am partial to that wow factor. So I really am not shy when it comes to putting metallic foil sheets on things. Now I'm going to use Paint Couture's German glass glitter to add some more pizzazz to these iFlex wood plaques. I'm using Paint Couture's semi-gloss top coat as my medium to adhere the glitter. I like to use a piece of parchment paper underneath my project when I'm using the German glass glitter so that cleanup is super easy, so I can just put the unused glitter right back into the jar when I'm done. I've sealed this project with Paint Couture's semi-gloss top coat, and I've added a little bit of decor wax and turquoise to enhance some of the areas of the toolbox. And here's the finished look. I don't think we've ever had a more colorful and exciting toolbox in our house whatsoever. I'll likely use this for floral arrangements or to hold various items throughout the house, but it's just also super pretty to look at too. And that wraps up our tutorial for today. Again, I'm Melinda from MTZ Crew Designs. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if I've inspired you to create with the amazing products from iFlex Wood Products or Paint Couture Paint, please feel free to use my affiliate link that will be located down below, along with a full list of all the products that I use today. Or you can scan this QR code and it will take you directly to the website. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the amazing content that our Paint Couture creative team is putting together for you. Thanks a lot. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye.